Hey y'all, I'm Dr. Alex Witz. I run Toronto Bike Fits and Toronto Corrective Chiropractic. I'm a neurostructural chiropractor. Today I'm going to show you how to measure your bike like a bike fitting pro, whether I've given you measurements and you need to check them or pass them along to someone else, or we've never had the pleasure of meeting and you want to check your measurements, give them to a bike shop for your next trip, use this video to help convey something to your bike fitter, whatever it is, happy to help. For this, we're gonna need a few pieces of equipment. We're gonna need a textbook, a clipboard, or something flat. We're gonna ideally have a laser level. You could have a weighted string or plumb bob. We're gonna need a measuring tape, digital angle gauge, and we're gonna also want some sort of long lever. This is an XY tool. You can also use it as a level because there are bubbles in it. So, first, we're gonna go over the measurements with the digital angle gauge. To measure the angle of your saddle, we wanna be consistent, so we're gonna use a clipboard or something flat across the saddle, put our digital angle gauge on top. That's gonna give us our value. Now, if your saddles are different, some of them have a different kickback at the back, or they have more of an incline. Of course, this will be different between bikes. This is meant for consistency within the same bike or within the same saddle. If you are looking to transpose numbers between bikes, this is where I would typically look at the nose of the saddle and measure it. When I ride, set up my bikes, usually the nose of my saddle is level or flat with the ground across all saddles. That's one thing that's relatively consistent for me. Next, we're going to use our digital angle gauge to look at the angle of the hoods. I would measure both to make sure that they are on straight. If you're using your iPhone for this, it's a little bit more difficult because I'm going to use a consistent measurement. Consistency is key here. I put it at the start of the hood and the start of the hood. And I just learned that actually my left hood is angled a bit down. It must have slipped. This is really useful. Make sure you measure both sides. Digital angle gauge we can put away now. We're gonna get our measuring tape. So, in terms of seat height, the most important thing is to be consistent. So if the seat does not have a mark on it, I will always measure from the middle of the saddle. So with this saddle, it is 27 and a bit centimeters. I would go about 13 and a half and then some. And I measure from the leading edge to the middle of the bottom bracket, and we've got 73 and a bit centimeters here. This saddle does have a line. I would measure from the line that's on it, but if yours does not, make a mark on it, put some tape, or the easiest thing, measure from the middle of that saddle. To measure the reach on your bike, we're gonna do a couple possible things. The most important measure for me is going to be measuring from the tip of the saddle to the rear of the hood. And this for me is about 67 centimeters, and it's probably gonna be a bit different if the hoods are asymmetrical and need some adjustment on my end. Again, you can see saddle hood is 66, so that is because this one is angled down or has slipped down a little bit. That's a good point of reference. If the wheel is straight, those two measurements should be the same if the hoods are symmetrical. So again, that is saddle tip to the back of the hood, and that is our reach. Another measurement that you could use, or some people will be saddle tip to handlebar center. Now this is a little bit more difficult to estimate because, of course, this is a one-piece bar and stem. If I look to the middle, I'm seeing it as around 52 centimeters. Ultimately, how you get from here to here is not that important unless we're talking about a crazy long or crazy short stem. Usually from here to here, if this measurement is reproducible, you will have the same bike fit. Next, we're going to measure our saddle fore aft. Now for this, you really should have a laser level. What we're going to do is we're going to set our pedals and cranks at 12 and 6 o'clock. We're going to be putting a laser through the bottom bracket, and we're going to be lining up the laser such that it goes through the 6 and 12 o'clock position. That will tell me that I am perpendicular to the bike and that I'm going to get the most accurate measurement. So here I am at 12 o'clock, I am at 6 o'clock. I know that the laser is through the middle of the bottom bracket, and now I can calculate my bottom bracket center to saddle tip. And I can see the laser here is at 5.7 centimeters. Now between bikes, this measurement will of course vary depending on the length of your saddle, but for consistency with the same bike, this is going to be really helpful for knowing, the fore aft of the saddle. So again, that is bottom bracket center to saddle tip, and if you did not have a laser level, then you would have a loved one or use 2 hands holding your weighted string. Make sure it's through the bottom bracket and it would line up with the same point that that laser is at. Okay? So knowing the bottom bracket center to saddle tip combined with the saddle angle and the saddle height, those 3 measurements will help you triangulate and make sure your saddle always ends up in the right spot. So in terms of making sure your reach and handlebars end up always in the right spot, that's a little more difficult. That's where we really want to have access to an XY tool. This is how you're going to reproduce the same measurements very easily. With this guy, you put it in the bottom bracket center, adjust it, and it will tell you what the X coordinate is from the bottom bracket center to the middle of the handlebar or handlebar center, and it will also tell you the Y coordinate and how high it is. If you don't have that, you can still make do without it. This is where you'll need a laser level. You would take your laser level, put it again, bottom bracket center, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock through the pedals, and you would take your measuring tape and measure it from middle of handlebar or handlebar center to bottom bracket center, and that will save you from buying a $700 tool. And then the other measurement that you would do is you would take your laser level or your actual physical level. You would put it flat, make sure the bubbles are flat, and then you would measure the saddle to stem drop. So you wouldn't be getting the same coordinate from bottom bracket center to the handlebar, but you would doing a different measurement, but just taking the saddle down to the handlebar, and you will end up in the same spot. In terms of our handlebar, there's also a couple of other important measurements we're going to take is from the hood to the handlebar center. So I call this bar depth, or you could say bar reach. And when we measure hood to handlebar center, this is where we're going to know how compact or deep the bars are. So on my BMC, these bars are relatively compact. It's about 10.5 centimeters. So this measurement's really important, the bar reach or bar depth, which is handlebar center to the hood. That's really important because 2 bikes could have the same saddle to handlebar center, but the depth of the bar could vary by up to 2 or 3 centimeters depending on how deep the bar is and how the hoods are placed. So how compact the bars are is a very important measure. Another important measurement when looking at the handlebars is of course handlebar width. Most handlebars you can look up online and your bike manufacturer is going to tell you their size. I will do from center of the reach to center of the reach, 36 centimeters on this BMC, and then I will also measure from the center of the hood to center of the hood. Center at a narrow 27, and then so those are all the really important measurements that I would provide and need to give somebody or assess a bike fit. Beyond that, we're talking bike geometry, which there's a ton of online resources that you can use to compare different frames. Now, what you put on the frame, the saddle, the length of stem, the handlebars, that can make the same bike frame have two vastly different fits, and that's the value of getting a bike fit, is making sure that your very nice carbon fiber frame that is perfectly sized to you actually fits you, with making sure that your components are set up properly. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please put them in the comments below. Subscribe and like, I suppose, and hope you all have a good day.